Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness. So, I decided I wanted to do a sunrise, no worries show today. And because we are in my beautiful little fishbowl here, the sunrise is right here. So, I have to keep these down for just a few, otherwise we're all getting blinded. So today we are working on the No Worries Workbook, number 6, I believe. If I can't get my numbers straight to save my life. So yeah. First, however, we need to load our beautiful nail. So it is charged, it is clean, it is ready to go, it is fully empty. So we can do this. Charge and everything. I actually had this set up for yesterday. I was going to do this show yesterday and then it would post today. So now I'm doing the show today and posting today because my husband came home sick. So he I don't know, he has these weird flu symptoms. They seem to go away after he throws up a couple times and lays down and relaxes. But yeah, it was really weird. Oh, that is a clean coil. Look at that baby. Beautiful. We're going to test. Oh yeah. There we go. Dual coil. So, we have her clean. We have her charged. And now we're going to have her filled. So we are filling this with Genex's Crumble. It is blue steel. It is an indica. So you guys can see. Look at that. So oddly as this is, I wouldn't think that I would have to, do this. But I had another dispensary decide they wanted to come for me. I love when they do this. I do. I really do. Well, guys, if you're with a dispensary, please, 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 please do me a huge favor. Before emailing me and saying, we don't have that strain, we haven't had that strain, well, you know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. I keep all of my containers and all of my receipts. All of them. I actually have a big tote full of them. The reason why I do that is because over the years, I don't know, it seems that new dispensary managers or people of that nature tend to want to make a name for themselves, tend to want to go with the bigger people that say exactly what it is they want to be said. I do not. I am my own personal person. Anytime I do a review, it is done with that complete and oh my goodness, my brain, clarity, with complete clarity. I write it, I make a video, I smoke it in front of the world and everybody. Sometimes I do these crazy little stunts online, and by that I mean with our workbooks. But please check the dates on the video before you come for me, because it's been 5 now. 5. The 5th one hit me this morning. We don't have that. Okay, you may not have it now, but you did then. Like, oh my God. And then I get an email back going, oh, okay. And I'm like, are you really coming for me? Ring, ring, ring. One of your peeps coming for me again. This is their name, and they can't pay attention. So most of the dispensary owners have seen my channel and have talked to me and have done stuff because they want this type of transparency. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. And that's why I show the product. I show me loading the product. I show this what going in here. I want to make sure across the board that this is clear. Very. Okay. So as you can see, we are loading the email. Oh, I love it. I do. I really think it's funny when new managers or new bud tenders decide they want to come for me, because most of the time they don't do their research. If they would do their research, they'd find out I am not the enemy. I am definitely not the enemy. And by saying that, I actually do have 2 new reviews that I'm actually going to be doing. I know I said I wasn't going to do any more, but I decided that these 2 needed to be done. And the reason for that is because I have done a couple of videos in the past where Gen X, is that what you are? Yeah, Gen X has taken hard shatter and put it in these containers, which makes it extremely difficult to get out. It's actually a really big pain in the ass. We have to use our straw during those times, if I can find it, because that's the only way to get it out, and then you can't even get it all the way out. So, I found 2 shatters that were actually put in these containers, but the shatter is perfect. It is stable, it doesn't stick, and I want to show that side of this as well. So not only do I want to show where we want to make a little bit more of an upgrade to what we're doing, and they did. So in the spirit of them doing that, I'm gonna do 2 reviews for them, because I always try to make it up, or make up. If they have a bad review, I want to try to find that good review. I don't want them to give it to me. I want to find it, because that's what so many of you do. Sorry, I have cracked lips so bad right now, it's not funny. That's the only hook that's not fun. Alrighty. So, I'm shedding again. As always, guys, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression, fuck COVID, fuck the vaccine. Oh my god, my list is just going to get so much bigger. As always, we love you here. And was it good? Out with the bad. That's what I forgot. So for those of you that have done glamping or like that before, or spend time in RV parks, you guys are fun to watch. That's all I have to say. Fun, fun, fun to watch. It's hit now. So I have my coffee and lemon over here, but I also have my water. Hi, Shorty, what are you doing? Say hi, Shorty. What are you doing? What are you doing? Your little butt's just a wiggling. Okay. Okay, let's jump into this. So we are on the No Worries Workbook, 124 lists, activities, and prompts to get out of your head and on with your life. He always thinks I'm like talking to myself, or him sometimes. I don't know. So this is my bed head wet. I decided, after I got that email, I decided we're just going online. We're taking care of this. Oh my goodness. So today we are starting with part 6. Take a smaller step. The goal of combating worry isn't always to feel 100% right away. Sometimes that's just not realistic. Depending on the amount of worry you feel, plus countless other factors like how much sleep you've had or how busy your work day has become, it can take time. In these cases, it's helpful to focus on feelings a little less worried rather than not worried at all. This takes some of the pressure off, better setting you up for success. The following are 5 quick and easy strategies for feeling a little less worried right now. You can also use this space on the next page to brainstorm or keep track of other activities that help make your worries more manageable. It's time for this. It keeps tickling my neck. So, number 1, take a quick walk to expel some of that nervous energy. Take a cold shower. Yeah, no. Do a face mask or other pampering activities. Scream into a pillow. I've done that. It does work. Write everything you're feeling on a piece of paper, crumple it up, and throw it away or burn it. I've gone both ways. I've crumpled it up and thrown it away, and then I've burnt it. Burning it has always been better for me because, my kids couldn't get a hold of it. So, I did for my 5 cleaning. I can always clean. It helps me get my mind back. It helps me get going. I do usually end up staying in my mind, but I'm able to kind of go through a process and go, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I need to be. What are we going to do here? Taking dogs on an off-grid walkies. Well, I'm not sure if I can do it for Appy anymore. He is beyond those years of walking. But Kicker I can do that with. And the problem and the reason why I can't really do that with Rappy is because I'm gone for hours. We walk miles. We have a good time. We do this. And I love doing this during the winter time or when it's cooler outside. Let's see. Almost. Okay. Yeah, it's right behind my sign. Okay, yeah. That is some bright light. Woo! Alrighty then. Gardening. I love to garden. I have my flowers. I have my gardening. I have my food gardening. So I do a lot of gardening. I love gardening. I will find any little space that I can to grow something. Anything. Listening to music works great for me. A lot of times I'll listen to music while I'm cleaning, and that's really what helps. Window shopping online. I love window shopping online. My husband sees me all the time. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm window shopping. He's like, but those aren't windows. I'm like, no, my phone's the window. Like I'm being a smartass, but yeah, window shopping. Explore the pros and cons. Letting go of worry is difficult when it presents itself as helpful. Sure, you're less relaxed and present than you could be, but at least you're in control of the situation and prepared for the worst, right? Well, let's take a closer look at this through this and through then. Closer look at this through then. I like the way that was worded. What are the benefits of feeding into current worry you have? What are the disadvantages? It's time to weigh the pros and cons and see if worry is actually worth it. So I actually skipped on this assignment for now. I'm going to come back to it. I will probably do it and just leave it in the book. I don't think I'm gonna share, simply because this is gonna get extremely personal. I can already see it. So yeah, we want to keep some things off the internet. So unplug. Speaking of the internet, social media can be not only a huge time suck, but also a great instigator for worry. Between the FOMO, fear of missing out. When you see everyone else having a good time and then endless information at your fingertips, It's easy to walk away a web surfing session feeling anxious and pessimistic. Need a little more before you're willing to put your phone down for the next 24 hours? The following are the top 5 reasons why unplugging from social media for a day can help you cope with or even prevent worry. You will notice the things you wouldn't have seen. You will notice the things you wouldn't have seen if you were busy staring at your phone. And I will say that is 100% true. I'm finally getting used to being back in a vehicle again with anybody, with my husband or whatever. And my way of getting through that is to flip through my phone. Because now I'm here instead of here. Well, recently I have actually been putting down my phone. You guys will notice I haven't been posting as much. I have several things that I have previewing here over the next month that have already been set in stone on the channel. That was my way of coping and getting off of social media for a little while. I still get on my social media, and we still do videos, and we still do some talking, and I still do posting. But I've decided I really want, I want to change things a little bit more. I am really not happy with me, and it's not my husband, it's not anybody else, it's me. I'm just not happy with me. I know it has to do with I'm frustrated because I'm still healing from the surgery. That is so frustrating. Because you want to be over with it, you know. Yesterday, actually, I take off my girdle and all of the dressing for my stoma once a day for about an hour, hour and a half. Just to kind of give my stomach some, rest time because everything's bound otherwise. And you walk around and you're peeing, it's just squirting out of your body and you can't control it. It's a real pain in the ass. So I kind of walked away from social media trying to deal with that and not have that on the forefront of my social media. I don't want people to see that's what I'm doing when I'm going, oh shit, because that's what it is. The stoma, it's funny, it's open. So it goes in and out. I put a catheter in, urine comes out. Well, when it gets so full, there's no place else for it to go except out. And they have to do it that way because you don't feel when you have to go to the bathroom anymore. Every now and again, I will get, and it's usually at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, right between there, I get the urgency that I have to pee. I know I don't have to because I just got up and peed 5 minutes ago, but it's that phantom, you gotta pee crap, that gets you, and it really, really sucks, especially at nighttime, because what happens is it'll like bubble over, I guess, and start squirting, and you can feel that. I'd say it's like somebody vomiting, projectile vomiting is what it feels like. It's the strangest, oddest feeling coming from here. But you wake up and you're like, it's just stunning. It's weird, but I mean, I get used to it. I find ways of keeping it to where when it does do that at night, it doesn't get anywhere except on the pads. So you kind of have to learn how to adjust and change with everything in your body, and it's a pain in the ass to do in front of everybody. So you have to kind of take a step back from social media. There's been several times I wanted to show you guys more of how this works and the catheter and everything, but I'm not ready yet. You will connect with others in real life more. I have actually been connecting with others, but it's not because of me or anything else, but because of my gardening. I'll be outside working on the garden, and the older people love to come talk. And by older, I mean 70s up. And they'll come by and I'll cut them off a flower and I'll give them a flower or something. I don't know. And it's just one of those things. I'm also one of those really weird people. That the trailer park's probably going to hate me here. The RV park here is going to hate me for. But I have so many sunflowers out there. And I have been able to get bags and bags of sunflower seeds. So I've been kind of spreading them through the park to make the whole park start blooming and looking pretty. Hopefully, I don't find out that I did it on purpose, but we'll see. You will avoid FOMO, fear of missing out. I think I'm on social media a lot. It has nothing to do with my fear of missing out. It's more of I'm researching something else I want to do for the show, or saying hi to people, but I don't really. I don't know, the TikToks and stuff that I'm sitting on recently aren't. I don't know. They're not a social media type thing. They're fizzy rings, or documentaries or things like that. I'm a weirdo when it comes to my stuff. Actually, I guess I'm gonna have to say I kind of pass that on to my kids, because my youngest son has a birthday this month, and he is actually going to a couple of museums with his wife and their newborn baby. I want to say he'll be 1 in November. So I'm like, okay, cool. I did that with you guys, but I didn't expect it to kind of come through. I did a lot of that stuff with my kids. We went to museums, we went to the science museum, we went to fairs, we went to libraries, went to movies. We toured the candy factories and Safeway, and we did all kinds of different activities with them, because I own the daycare and I wanted to make sure that the kids got a little bit of everything during the summertime, and that's kind of the way it is. And so it's nice to see my son kind of passing that down. It's really nice. Let's do one more. Let's do another dab. So as always, guys, fuck everything. Happy vibes, in with the good and out with the bad. Why did you stick your face in that? And you see Mama coughing. Yeah, I know, every now and again. You little stoner. You little stoner. Ooh, didn't mean to bump your head. You little stoner. They're waiting for morning walkies. I told them they weren't allowed to go out for morning walkies until the sun wakes up, because the sun protects us. I know, I'm a weirdo. I talk to my dogs. They're my babies. Huh? Yeah, you're my dog. You're babies. Discover your purpose. Sometimes worry can stem from a fear that you aren't living a purposeful life. Maybe after scrolling through everyone's highlight reel of achievements on Instagram, or hearing about a friend or family member's recent success, you start to doubt that you're doing anything worthwhile. So what do? Aside from giving yourself more credit, which you should still do, it can help to create statements of purpose that you can read back to yourself whenever you start to worry about whether you are taking the right steps, or when you worry that your behavior lately may not align with your goals. Use the space on this page to write out what your beliefs are. On the next page, write down, it was reading down. Write down what makes you feel accomplished and what makes you happy. You can even ask others what they believe their purpose is for inspiration. My beliefs, or my purpose. So I wrote, my purpose is to help others like me that grow only to please others. I honestly don't think that I was born because my parents wanted to have kids, or even wanted to have kids, or raise kids, or anything like that. And so life really sucked being a kid. It was, I don't know, everything was to make my parents happy. They were divorced from really early on because they were toxic to one another as well, to anybody that came to ask them. But they used us as entertainment, I guess. Some of the things that my mom would do is invite her friends over, to watch my brother hit me and knock me unconscious, and that was cool, and funny, and and I honestly don't remember a lot of that anymore, and I kind of wonder why, if that has anything to do with it. But there was a lot more that went on. That was not a isolated event. That was actually typical of a daily life. Oh, she was horrible. And every guy she dated was horrible. She had this one guy who would wake us up in the middle of the night if we didn't do one of our chores. And they would say, okay, if you don't want to do it on your time, you're going to do it on ours. Well, the guy would sit on the stairs, kind of like those stairs there, with his legs wide open, wearing nothing but this, I think it was a robe, it might have been a towel. This I do remember. God, he was horrible. He was so horrible. We had ended up, my brother and I, we found a duffel bag in a spare room, maybe? I don't know what it was. I don't remember anymore. I just remember the bag had, I want to say, clothes in it and then some money. I don't know how much money. I don't remember. I don't even know if we knew how much money was there. But my brother and I would we took some. We actually took quite a bit of them. And we spent it on stupid shit like candy and crap. Unbeknownst to us, that Mom was trying to get us out of there, and she would save up this money to get us away from this guy, because this guy was not a good person. He was, oh my God, he was so abusive. It was horrible. I had lied about something. I don't even know what it was anymore. But all I can remember is I lied because I did not want to get in trouble by this man. I did not. He was so bad. I mean, horrible. My brother and I would take off as often as we could before he got there. He was horrible. That's the freeway. Oh no, that's the train. Okay, that's the train. But I remember we had taken all that money, and my mom had found out that we had took that money, and we actually thought it was his. Honest to God, thought it was his. And we were gonna make him pay back for everything he'd done to us. He was so bad that time when I lied, because I didn't want to get in trouble from him, because he was a vile person. And I lied, and he knew I had lied. So he took me in the bathroom. Now, if you ever had Ivory soap, but I want to say it was in the 80s. So it lasted forever. Forever. I don't know what they put in that shit, but it did. It lasted like nobody's business. Well, he wasn't getting enough of a rise out of me. So he took that soap and he shoved it in my mouth. And he wouldn't let me take it out. Wouldn't do it. And I kept pushing. And I was fighting back. And trying to spit. And he's like, spit it out one more time, find out what happens. Well, of course I did. I'm a kid and it's not good. And he took the soap and he dipped it in the sugar container and shoved it in my mouth. Now, doing that does two things. A, kind of makes things sweet at the very first, so your taste buds start going, and then all of a sudden you're swallowing all of this soap. And it made me sick. It made me really sick. He ended up making me bite off a thing of that soap and eat it. Oh my god, it was horrible. To this day, I can't even smell ivory soap without vomiting. It is so bad. But yeah, he was a vile person. He would come in the room at nighttime if I wasn't with my brother in bed with him, and I think he told me one time, your mom's asleep, so you have to. He didn't get very far. I think my brother woke up, but that was the start of what happened with that. He was a vile man, horrible man. He whooped us with belts. He whooped us with switches. Just horrible guy. And my mom was notorious for dating this kind of man. So growing up, I was, yeah. So when I say I grew only to please others, and I never had worth. Never. There was no worth there. It was, I'm here to make you happy or to fix you at whatever stake to me. That's kind of how they treat you. And I don't want to be that anymore. I want to realize what my worth is, if any. I want to be happy, tolerant, not only of others, but of myself. Getting out of my own head so I can make strides for the future and my cannabis career. So yeah, I don't know. I handled it all pretty well for the most part as I got older in my into my 20s, because I was able to get out. I was away from that, and she couldn't affect me anymore. He couldn't affect me anymore. Okay. But yeah, that's something that sticks with you for a lifetime. So I know all of this kind of goes together. In the next episode, things that make me feel accomplished. Kind of a good thing and a bad thing here is that I was able to forget for the first part of my life. So I was able to build a student career. I was able to build a career. I was able to own, operate, and run several businesses throughout my lifetime. All of which kind of went with a lot of people to not a lot of people that you deal with on a daily basis. So I kind of removed myself from that, only because I don't want to be in the situation. That's how it comes down to. Facebook, speaking of our apps, I basically rarely go on Facebook anymore. I want to delete my account. I just haven't because of the social media aspect side of this. But I really don't care for it. It is a community of victims and trollers. The victim tries to get back at a troller instead of going, something, I'm bigger than this, and walk away. So I walked away from Facebook for the most part, and I'm noticing a trend with it too. I'm noticing a lot more people are starting to walk away from Facebook for the same reason. So I highly agree with walking away from your phone for a little while every day. So things that make me feel accomplished is at the end of the day, my home is clean and comfortable, hubby fed and happy, in bed early for work the next day, to have the energy at the end of the day to journal and prepare for the next day. That would be awesome. Spending time with hubby, goofing around online and watching videos for inspiration, learning more about cannabis because there's just so much. Reading, writing, I would say arithmetic, but not my thing. And playing with my dogs. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because I do love reading and I love writing. I also actually have to say I love listening lately because I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. I'm working, alright, I finished a couple months ago Green Light by Matthew McConaughey. Great book, love it. Actually gonna kind of try to incorporate some of that in my own life into that attitude because he's 100% right. If you have not read the book, you really should. If you don't have Audible, check it out. Matthew McConaughey reads the book himself, and so you get that voice, and it's worth doing. Alrighty. I know I'm just like plugging everybody today. What? We go to bed. We go to bed. I know you just don't know what to do when I'm sitting here talking to nothing or to a screen. What? I know I'm saying all this stuff about social media while being on social media, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
I know, you're so smart. Relax with guided meditation. Breathe in, calm, exhale, hope. Meditation is the wonderful art of calming overactive thoughts and refocusing your mind on the present. Guided meditations are especially great for easing worry, as they offer more assistance in focusing a frantic mind. In this guided meditation, you are going to breathe your way to calm, hopeful state. Breathe to calm, hopeful state. I don't think that's worded correctly, but okay. Hopeful state by first recording yourself reading the following steps, then playing the recording back to yourself to complete the meditation. Number 1, sit in a comfortable position in a quiet, safe space. Number 2, take a deep, intentional breath in through your nose as your lungs fill with air. Feel a sense of calm travel through your body. Notice your chest expand, filling with relaxation. Observe your muscles lessening their tension. Exhale through your mouth while visualizing the idea of hope. What does hope look like? What possibilities are you expelling into the universe? As you breathe out, repeat steps 2 and 3 and feel the worry melt away. Okay. Oh, no, that's right. Send a text. If your worry could text you about a situation you are currently stressing over, what would it say? Probably a lot. A lot of things, like make it worse, right? Okay, we need to smoke. I need to drink. Better coffee face. So I'm still actually drinking the lemon and coffee. It's not horrible. You just can't do the two together all the time because it really dries your throat out. She needs to drop some more. So when the nail gets kind of like that, you need to scrape the outside and push it down and it'll start hitting again. Okay, send a text. If your word could text you about a situation you're currently stressing over, what would it say? Probably a lot of things that would make it worse, right? For example, you're never going to figure this out and you'll ruin everything. What if you could stop it in its tracks with a text or two of your own? You can, and that's just what you're going to do here. In the space provided, shut down your worries text by letting it know that everything is going to work out fine and why. And if your worry tries to text back with more of the same old panic, make your words final by leaving it on red. So, my text. Worry. I'm never going to get this budget thing right. It would be the text from my worry. This is the first time in my life that I've started my own budget for the house. I keep messing up, but never the same issue. Learning to learn over the past couple of months. However, I've started saving money and paying all of the bills by the first of the month. We can do this. So, map out your future self. Sometimes worry can come from a fear that you aren't living up your full potential. Maybe hours of scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter have you wondering if there's anything else to feel proud about in your life. It's perfectly normal to worry about, but the truth is you still have time, and lots of it, to become who it is that you want to be, and this activity here to help you along the way. Here you are going to create a plan for becoming your ideal future self, so you can stop worrying and start working towards concrete goals. First, use the following lines to brainstorm what ideal future self is. Then use the following section to create your plan of action. My ideal future self is confident, energetic, happy, and a little less broken. My breaks are always going to be there. You're always going to see the cracks in me and in what I do, and I'm okay with that. I just want to be a little bit more comfortable with what has gone on, and be able to go, okay, that's not me, and believe it. That's the hard part. That believing. That's hard. Sorry. I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna do it. Okay, skills. Number 1, relax and follow the process. Oh, I'm sorry. My future self in action. Skills needed to become ideal self. Skills. Relax and follow the process. Patience. Educated. Self-confidence. Self-love. Those are what I need. Things needed to become ideal. Things needed to become 1, studio space. 2, internet. 3, scrapbooking supplies, ink for printer, and time. There's a lot of things that I want to bring into the cannabis world, and not all of it being cannabis. I mean, I want to be bringing in my own cannabis as well, but I want to help people build these skills for themselves and be able to use them, and be able to understand what they're doing. I want people to be able to work with plants and plant growth and be able to get in there and see how not only the plants bloom, but they bloom. I want not only the stoner side of cannabis, but I want the educated side of cannabis as well. I want to be able to show people, hey, when you smoke this kind of a bud, this is, what's going to happen. Now, if your bud has a zillion carcinogens in it, is it really helping you or hurting you? Kind of a thing. I want people to open their minds to that, to think about that, to see that. Because it really is. Cannabis is a plant. It comes from God, and He probably set it on fire for the first time, and that's how it was discovered. And I don't know if I go that far, but I don't know. I feel like bringing something in that's natural, you need to keep it natural. So, the deadlines is for ideal self. I don't have one. I'm going through and trusting the process of my own time. Cannabis can help people with a lot of different things. Different vitamins can help people with a lot of different things, or the lack thereof. So, who's to say that bringing cannabis into the medical world again, because it's already been there, isn't the right thing to do? That is my question. And that is the end of our chapter. Okay, cool. I forgot, I thought that was it. Oh no, that is it. Okay, we have 2 more pages. Take a walk. Like meditation, visualization is a great mindful exercise that can refocus your thoughts away from worry and onto the present moment. In this scenario, you will be imagining walking down a spiral staircase. Of course, it's not always easy to do right away, so I have provided this drawing to help you get started. Follow the illustration slowly with your eyes from top to bottom, then close your eyes and picture it in your mind. You can add textures to the steps, temperatures to the spirals, anything that adds to the visualization in your mind and yourself walking down it. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to describe our staircase. So, I decided to make it, instead of an open, what did I call it? Circular staircase. I don't know why. A spiral stair. I don't know why I couldn't think of that one. The spiral staircase is going to be a closed one, so there's going to be walls as it goes down. And the walls would be fuzzy, multicolored wallpaper that lights up behind it. The ceiling would have clouds and blue skies with the floor, and the skies. I can't remember, right? The floor will be lit up black marble. So it's a stair. You can kind of do this. You can rub the walls. You can visualize the sky, or you can visualize the stars down below. So that's kind of what I did, and that kind of helps take some of that worry down. It also helps in any type of meditation. So yeah. What would your stairs look like? Throw it down in the comments below. I'm dying to know. How would you do your stairs? Anything goes except abusive, harmful things like that, of course. No. I was gonna say, might be a love moon yet. Nope. So, dear future. Oh, wait. My bad. I'm jumping ahead. Write a letter to future you. You know what you need to hear most when you're worried, so get it down on paper. This way, you will have those perfect calming words at the ready when you're in the middle of a worried thought or major freak out. Use the following template to write your letter to the future. Write your letter to future worrying self. Be sure to fill it with the compassionate, understanding, and hopeful words that will help you feel less worried. So, dear future me, reminder where you've been and where I'm going. You've had a good life with some potholes and speed bumps along the way. You've met and befriended some amazing people with a few nuts along the way as well. You have survived and fought like hell at times. You are enough. You're smart, loving, and a good person. You got this. You are a survivor and you will prevail. And I love you. So, That's what I want to be saying to myself, and that's what I want to believe. So, that is it. Yay! We will be on part 7. Can you believe that? In our No Worries Workbook. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to do it. So, and I'm just now getting to where, I mean, I'm obviously not comfortable talking about my past, but at least I'm not ashamed anymore. Well, I can't say that either, because I am a little ashamed at times, because I let it happen. I mean, I let it happen. I was too afraid to stand up and do anything. So, yeah, I have a lot of forgiving myself to do yet, too. I'm ready. She was empty. Woo. Not bad. I hate that whenever you're trying not to cry, or you do cry and then you get the freaking sniffles, it stops. Alrighty. So, as always, guys, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression, fuck COVID. In with the good and out with the bad. Oh, that tastes so good when it's like that. So this is kind of a lower temperature dab, so you can get a lot of the good flavors and taste out of it. It looks like I have a headband on. It's really my bun. Yeah. So I am gonna let them out. Thank you for joining me in my beautiful fishbowl here today, and I will see you soon. Oh, you come and say goodbye? Yeah. Aww. So, as always, guys, and love, and I will see you in the next video.